Hi everyone, hope you're doing well, being safe and being kind. Thank you so much for joining me for this video and welcome to Tarot by the Pines. This video is all about the indie tarot deck, Wayhome Tarot. This is a environment, object, animal, and human-based tarot deck. So all of the things. So I'm really excited to show this off and give my thoughts and opinions about this deck. And I'll briefly be talking about the companion book to this tarot deck, What the Fuck is Tarot, and how do I do it? I will be doing a review walkthrough of this book in a separate video, which I will put in the description box below if you are ever so inclined to check that out. I am so excited to show off this deck. It has become one of my favorite tarot decks of all time, so I'm very excited to show this off and just give my overall opinions and critiques of this tarot deck. So I came across this indie deck, the Wayhome Tarot, on crystalbarsoap.com, which is a online store that I buy some of my bath products from. Of course, I will put in the description box below of my referral link so you can get $10 off of your order. Of course, shameless plug, why not? They are a all-female operated and owned store, so definitely check them out. So for this Wayhome Tarot, it was created by Barbara Winterner, who is the owner of Everyday Magic, who Crystal Bar Soap and Everyday Magic has a product line. So I definitely saw this and it was really drawn to me. The illustrations are by Autumn Whitehurst. Now, this book, What the Fuck is Tarot, might as well say it. This came first. This was printed in 2017, and I believe the deck was 2 years later. So I figured I would dedicate a whole video on this book because, let's be honest, it needs it. I have some thoughts. So I will put in the description box below also of my review and walkthrough of this book in the description box below. So let's go ahead and get into Wayhome Tarot. I love this box in terms of the color. I love the two different colors. However, when you open the deck or the box and it doesn't have any cards in it, it's not going to be very easily accessible. You need some weight to actually open the box. So I did put in the majors in here, which I prefer a box, maybe like a magnetic box. Hell, even maybe a tuck box for this. Anything that, if I don't have my cards in it, it's not going to be really easy to open. So Wayhome Tarot is a environmental, animal, human-based deck. So all of the things. It's going to feature mostly objects and animals throughout the main course of the deck. And only time you will see people, I believe, is in the court cards, because the way this deck is set up, they are seen as a family. Now, I will point out the Empress and the Emperor. These are some of my favorite illustrations of these two type of cards. I feel like the Emperor can be a little stuffy, and with this is very minimalistic, but you can definitely feel something when you look at this. And that's what I also like about this deck. You can really use your intuition to basically understand what's going on in the card. And I will say, when it comes to the numerology of this deck, the deck has Chariot, Justice, Hermit, Wheel, and then Strength. But in this book here, it has it as Chariot, Strength, Hermit, Wheel, and Justice. Both can be correct, but if you're going to have a companion book to go with this deck, I think it kind of needs to match one or the other. Because when I was going through this deck, I was just a little bit confused of, which one is accurate, because there's two different ones. But that was just a little minor inconvenience for me. Now, this Hermit card is probably one of my favorites ever. This is one of the cards that I needed to have. Regardless if I liked any of the cards, this was one of the ones that really drew me to this. And of course, the Wheel of Fortune as the Ferris wheel with the constellation. And there is going to be a few illustrations of snakes. I'm not a big snake person at all. I have, whatever that phobia is. But yeah, I mean, it's not as bad when, I read it as a tarot deck. But just, snakes in general is not for me. Now, there is going to be quite a few illustrations with, animals being, slaughtered or, dead. So if this is something that easily offends you or just turns you off, then this might not be a deck for you. This is a very interesting devil card. Quite an interesting depiction. The tower, love this tower, very, iconic. One of my favorite moons. As you can see, there's the wolf, and then right here, there's a, other side looking in. Very mysterious. The sun, obviously. Judgment. And the universe, which is the world. One of my favorites, very non-traditional in terms of the RWS, but this really works for me. I love this seclusion. I love this retreat. Anything, with cabins and pines, it's, a win for me. So I'm going to go into the aces. So the Ace of Wands, Swords, Cups, Pentacles. Now, I actually enjoy this type of setup. There's this geometry going on. There's the square. These other, geometry designs. From my understanding, they work really well in terms of the element of fire, air, water, and then earth. And it's a great start to the actual suits. Going into the first suit, you have the Wands. Now, this is a semi-pippish deck, but since it has environments, it has animals, and just a mixture of objects, it doesn't necessarily feel like a pip deck to me. It's something I can easily read. And especially with this Two of Wands, you have the idea from the Ace of Wands. You're going to put it together, and it's going to create that spark. And then once you get that spark, you get that idea, you're going to go forward with this path that has created. Really enjoy this, how it just progresses. Love this Four of Wands. It's very inviting, the space that it has. Just very inviting and very comforting. The Five of Wands has that conflict. Even though it seems like a pippish deck, it's, by looking at it, it gives you that emotion. It kind of makes your intuition go into overdrive or kick in. Love this Eight of Wands. Even though very traditional, it has the lightning, then it has the 8 bolts coming out of it. Very cool. Really enjoy this Nine of Wands. Very non-traditional, but there's something, when you look at this card, it just really speaks something to you. And then with the Ten of Wands, you have, all of the matches basically have burnt out. And I really enjoy this illustration of the Ten of Wands. I really feel this. Now for this deck, the court cards, or the way the book has written the court cards, the 10 of each suit is the end. And then the courts is essentially their own thing. So for this walkthrough, I have taken out the court cards because I'm going to go into a little bit more deeper into that. Very traditional. I'm so glad I do not see a heart with 3 swords in it. This is a very interesting depiction, and it just, like I said, it speaks something to you. Now the Four of Wands, this could go either way. I get this, love this. The Five of Swords, think it's like a granny, what is it? A granny long leg or one of those. And it looks like its legs have, you know, they look like swords, but they have been taken off. Six of Swords. The Seven. Really love this depiction or illustration. Even though you have this one sword out, there's six more that you just don't know about. There's something, you know, unknowing, and that's what I really like about the Seven of Swords. The Eight of Swords. Looks like there's like maybe a cockroach or a lightning bug. The Nine of Swords, the Nightmare card, pollution, that global warming, climate change. Going into the 10. This is another animal depiction that might throw you off or kind of gross you out. Two of Cups with the two jellyfish. The 3, harmony. And the 4. 5. I really like this, you know, galactical looking card. Love how like the galaxy or the, you know, the sky at night is in the reflection of the cups, or the what has been spilled out of the cups rather. Six of Cups. This could have gone either way, but when I immediately saw this, I saw the bubblegum pink. So when I think of Six of Cups, I automatically think of nostalgia, and there's nothing more nostalgia than bubblegum. Seven of Cups, choices. Eight of Cups, moving forward. The Nine of Cups really looks like 10 of Cups, but when you look at them, there's definitely a difference. The Nine of Cups I always think as the Make-A-Wish card, or you have all your wishes fulfilled. This can work. And with the 10 of Cups, no, I'm not mad at it. I really like this rainbow effect that you don't typically would get in a 10 of Cups. Going into the Pentacles. Again, another snake. And what I really wanted to get out of the book is the descriptions of what's going on in the minors. Now, does the book say it? You'll just have to watch that video. Three of Pentacles. Very traditional in terms of like worker ants. Three of Pentacles is all about collaboration, working together. Four of Pentacles. At first, I did not get this, but the more I looked at it, this toad, this frog is, you know, sticking to its what's holding it together, the strong foundation. So I definitely get why this is the Four of Pentacles. 5, really enjoy this. There is this, you know, dead plant with this rotted blooms on it. The 5 of Pentacles is always, it's usually about something that has gone awfully wrong in terms of materialism. Totally get this 5 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles is about giving and receiving. 7 of Pentacles, love this. Love the earthiness of this card. The 8 of Pentacles. The 9. And the 10. This is such a gorgeous 10 of Pentacles. All right. Going into the court cards. My favorite. Not really. In terms of like the court cards, I've always been very hesitant on whenever I get a court card in a reading, I get jumbled. Thankfully though, these cards, the way they are, you know, illustrated, you have these silhouettes of figures, and they have something going on with inside them. That's something I really thought was really cool. It has been renamed, so the daughter is the page, the son is the knight, mother is obviously queen, father is the king. Of course, now I will go into more detail of what the book says about this in the video below. So after you check out this video, if you're so inclined, go ahead and watch the video on the book. Going into the swords. Love this Son of Swords with the tornado. Going into the cups. All right, and the last suit, the Pentacles. I love this Mother of Pentacles. All right, so if I pull the cards together, I did want to speak about the cardstock. So if I put them all together, this is 78 cards, right? So if I pull this tarot deck, which is the Smith-Waite Centennial Edition, you can see that the cardstock is really thin. So for me, maybe it's just me, but when I purchase a indie deck and the amount that you spend on them, I kind of want the cardstock to feel premium or be premium. Even though this is a thin cardstock, I do like the texture of these cards. Very smooth, and they will easily glide, which the easily glide thing, that might be a problem for some, but it's very glidable. In terms of shuffling, I actually love the way this shuffles. It just feels really good. I feel like I'm shuffling thoroughly when it comes to this. I'm going to pull a card and just give I guess, a brief description of what the book labels it, because the book deserves its own video, because I have some thoughts. Oh, okay, so we got the Mother of Pentacles. Look at that. You can find the Mother of Pentacles in the woods, communing with nature. She may be gathering herbs for a tincture, feeding the chickens, or tending to her garden. A materially abundant but not materialistic person, her connection to the physical can be found in her strong relationship with nature, animals, and other people. Overall, I will have to say Wayhome Tarot is one of the fastest tarot decks in my collection that I have really come to enjoy. I really love this type of illustrations. I love how it just really draws you in to the action or the environment of that card. And the illustrations are, to me, perfect for an advanced reader, because at that level, it's really going to bring out your, drive to really understand or have the cards read intuitively. Now, for a beginner, I don't really see this as a deck that would help as a tarot deck, unless this is something, the artwork really draws to you, and it's just not a deck that you can learn tarot from. But for an advanced reader, absolutely. I just really can't say enough about this deck. It's just really gorgeous. I love the court cards. I love how, these are silhouettes and there's like an action going on inside them. And I've always struggled with court cards, and I think this is one of those decks that has helped me understand them more. It's just a really vibrant, enticing, inviting, and emotional deck. And it's definitely one of my top tarot decks. And of course, I will put in the description box below where you can find this deck so you can check it out for yourself. And I'll also put in the description box below my walkthrough and review of the What the Fuck is Tarot book, the companion book that goes along with this. So I hope you enjoyed this review walkthrough of Wayhome Tarot. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this deck. And again, just thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you for Tarot by the Pines.